Yo, what's up? Welcome to Madhouse Pro. I'm in the building. If you don't like it, you get out. It's my building. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hot in the basement. I got to plug up my fan, but we're about to get into something simple-ish. I like to use this video, or I like to create this video when I'm dealing with MIDI a lot, because for me, it's a staple. I like to work in the box. When they see in the box, they're talking about your computer box. Sometimes I may pick up a real instrument or use a sample. It's just what I do. It's easier for me. So using a box, most of the time people don't see the ins and outs of how things were created, or the know-how, or what we say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. In this case, the way we give stuff, too simple. I mean, we can't sit up here and cry about it. It's just the way it is. I seen JD the other day on YouTube. He broke it down. He was using that equipment, an MPC. Props, big time. He broke that stuff down, showing you how he made clashes with the MPC, and that's dope. You can't take that away from that man. He broke it down still on the diskettes. For those who remember, I remember before the diskettes when it was just a green screen of floppies. But he had that on the diskette. Man, he used that joint still to play it, to show you the worth of having hardware, computers, how they work together. Dopeness. And that's how we get to this point. Everything evolves. It evolves. It's going to be, some people go get on or they're not. Some people go stay with the hardware, the analog, and do what they got to do, which is dope. But then when you convert that over to digital, analog to digital, you got to do your thing. So it's a beautiful thing. Everything works together. It just does. So you got to get over that. So me, I like to work in the box. So as I create, sometimes out comes software. I'm a computer dude. It's easy for me, right? With a little bit of musician know-how, I think that's a new word. Musicians know-how, you could create something. So it's already in this digital format. Now, to me, I have to convert it to a different format. This is MIDI. That's nothing but, it's just a musical note. It gets its value, well, it holds the value from a musical note, meaning, let me break this down real quick. I ain't trying to get into a class. Let me go to the MIDI editor, right? So if you see right here, C, D, I got to count, F. The note F on my keyboard is pressed, which is, that's the value that it would be. But once I add a sound to that value, whether it's a hi-hat, kick drum, clap, piano note, piano roll, whatever, or instrument, it changes the value as into that sound. So it's going to emit a different type of sound. I could switch a different sound on that note, and it's going to give you something different. Different instrument is going to give you something different. So it's just something to keep in mind. Like MIDI, it's a powerful tool. So if I get a piano-ish to play these notes and record the notes, and then put from a piano to a horn to a clap or something, it's going to be different. So we get to a point to where we're finished. We program. Me, I'm going to say, yeah, I program some stuff because it's a box. It's a computer box. I program, right? So as I finish programming, this feature right here, which is called freeze object, I have to change it into the audio wave format. So it's going to freeze it in the state that I have it in. So it's going to take it from this piano roll or whatever instrument, which I think it was a horn, and I'm going to freeze it. It's going to ask me all this stuff. It's dealing with MIDI. Yeah, freeze it. So now you see it goes from the piano notes right here to the audio wave. Now it's in a different format to where I can edit it even more. So like if I want to put effects on it, if I want to compress it, if I want to add a reverb, a delay, all that other good stuff, now it's able to be done because it's in a wave format. It's a beautiful thing. So it goes from this, which is these notes down here, to this, which is a wave. So I don't need this anymore. I can move this one or delete it, right? We'll just delete it. And now you can look at, we're going to solo this. And there you go. So now say for instance, if I made a mistake, I'm like, hey, unfreeze this stuff. I need the piano note. So there's an option right here at the bottom that say unfreeze object. Boom. Guess what? Now double click it. I'm back to the piano notes that I use. So this stuff helps out tremendous when you're creating waves, loops, kits, or just basic music production, because once I change it to the wave format, it's all game for those. Like, if I was to send it to somebody, I needed them to mix it or master it, they go on the Pro Tools, right? That's the industry standard. But can it be done here in Samplitude? Yes, it can. But I may not feel like I'm in the mood today. I'm just tired and wore out. Send it somewhere else. But MIDI is a very important factor for me in music production. But just to tie all this stuff together, when you see other producers, sound engineers, recording engineers, all of them use some of the same lingo and the terminology. And the thing is to get a complete project. And I think that's important. So as we read this stuff and learn it, share it to me for sharing it. You know, we didn't get a Dr. Dre to sit down and get the video. I think we seen some of Timberland's, but all the other Just Blaze. There's a lot of producers out there that's way up there, right? But then you got the people that comes down, and you still got the Pharrell Williams. It's a lot of other people who do this thing, right? So just to keep it into context, as I sit here, I'm just giving you just a piece of what I know. And I probably could get a little bit more extensive, but I'm not. Keep it basic, right? Learn from other people. That's why a lot of people on YouTube right now, you're probably watching this off of my YouTube channel. It is what it is, because some people, we share stuff. There's no secret to what we do, but at the same time, it's a lot of us out here. A lot of me's. You got a lot of Timberlands, and they go like, you can't say that. Why not? Timberland was a producer, is a producer. It don't change. He didn't quit. So it's a lot of people out here produce music. I could bring an artist in, and hey, if I hit it big, you know, if I had a backing behind me, it'll be probably a different story. Oh man, that Troy Madden dude, dope, Mr. Madhouse Pro. It could go any way. Bolo the producer, DJ Payne 1. What's my other guy? Curtis King. It's a lot of people out here we watch, right? We all in this loop, this circle. Yeah, I support the videos. I do. Because I watch them like, oh, it's somebody besides me doing this. Somebody was doing this 10 years, 15. And then people before the YouTube explosion, back in the 80s, 90s, they've been doing this stuff. And I take none from them. You know what? Applaud them all. Because they made it to a point, a plateau, to where we even now look and search for videos, or we'll get captured by one of those videos and be like, oh, wow. So it is what it is. The Swiss Beats, the Wild Style from Crucial Conflict, Legendary Trackster. Man, there's a lot of cats out here. Battle Cat. I mean, just names to toss out there, producers. Some we ain't never heard of. Like, cats that'll pop up now, you be like, oh, I didn't know that was him or her. And, you know, they doing dopeness stuff. But, hey, kudos to all the producers out there, all the sound engineers, all the recording engineers, all the companies, Universal Audio, Native Instrument, Image Line, FAL Studio. I said AKA FL Studio. God dang it. Fruity Loops. Serum, the VSTs, Cubase, Studio One. It's too many to name. But shout out to all the companies out there that keep these musicians and producers, engineers busy, the artists, everybody that put their stuff into the music business. Shout out to everybody, including the industry. And I'm going to say that because the industry, it puts a lot of people on their heels, because as we dive in, not everybody, and I'm going to say this, not everybody, because some people have some ill intentions. Yeah, I'm going to shout that out. They do. And I want this to be highlighted because I really feel this and I know this. You get people who love music. Love music, right? To make music, right? That's all they want to do. Sleep, eat music. They want this to be their career. Some go from hobby to career. And this is the point that I'm getting at. When we're out here making stuff because we love it, it's fun, first of all. And here's the concept that I seen. If you get a group of guys who likes to rap, or a band who likes to play together, an artist who likes to sing, and they love it, they doing it first off of free will, just to show their skills and ability. But you get somebody who sit back and realize that they can monetize off that person's talent. It's two people, the talented artist and somebody who can monetize. But when you come over and you don't show them everything, meaning AKA the business, and you use them to make money to line your pockets, this corporation and all these other companies behind here, who puts in money. Look, they put in work off of this one person or this group or this band, off of their talent. They make millions and they give you 8 million. Do I need to go into the TLC story? Do I really need to break down the artists is way before them? And it's important now because I listen to this stuff. You get older music that I listen to that are from 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Before we were able to purchase a computer ourselves and make our own studio, the people who hold that, some of those are, I'm not going to say that. The way they achieved what they achieved, like to sell millions of dollars, million albums sold. And back then, albums were going for, depending on when you start purchasing. Tuesday was the cheapest, $12 to $20. And you sell 1 million albums off the rack, that's $20 million. So something was built before. Credit to those guys, right? And those ladies who put into that industry. They built that industry off of one album sale, and then you learn more as you get closer to, ooh, I want to do what they do. The fight ensues because you're talking money. Because now you're talking to artists who say, I could do all this stuff, aka I'm going to make myself a symbol because I did all the stuff. And I'm going to tell you this because the person who made their self a symbol was all about financial gain. When they first created their albums or their records with this company behind them, they had a written deal, an agreement, a contract, right? And then that contract stated how X, Y, and Z goes down. But this symbol right here was like, let me look at the books. How much did I spend for music production? Blink, wait a minute. I did all the music production. I played all the instruments. I sang. I was the artist and the band. So on these last albums, I paid them $2.5 million. Well, if I'm the band, shouldn't I get the $2.5 million? But these are the people that the corporation decided to say they paid the money to, right? But then it goes more in depth into that to where we don't see all the commercials, the clothing, the concerts, and all the stuff we gave you up front. But when somebody itemizes that stuff and break it down, it twists everything around. The transparency, the transparency begins to show you, that was a bad record deal. It just does, and that's what it is. It was a bad record deal. So people going in now like, hey, wait a minute. I got my own record label, my own company. I produce my own music. I rap, I sing. But guess what? The industry didn't change. It's this thing called streaming. What is that? We're going to pay you 0.003 of a penny or something like that. Because albums not put on the shelf. I still like to pick up an album. The last two I bought, Eminem, LL Cool J. Guess what? They were shipped into my house. I still have physical media. I want y'all to look real close at this. I'm going to bring that up to y'all face. Well, my face is in the way. Future music. The date on this is 2013. Way before that I started. But 2013, they used to come in magazines. You slap that disc in. That's how, oh my goodness. The Ableton crew came out. That's when I first seen Ableton. Try this for free. Digital media. It's changed. It's no longer, I want a physical disc. Would you pay $15 to $20? I will. But I like to support it now for the artists who did the work. So the record companies had a system to make money. That's what the record company did. But then it's like, once we got closer to having our own studios, it's like, devalue their music. That's what I feel. Devalue their music. Am I right? I'm not in the industry. But can we sit up here and pull up stuff on the internet and find out? Yes, we can. It's called research. It's called self-consultation. The things you find out, how companies used to get it. And now it's like, I listen to the music. Luda, for instance. I forgot which album. He told you how to do it. Create your own company, record company. Be the artist. Pay yourself. He gives you the blueprint. But now that albums are not really being sold, now you got to create your own website. Now you got to do the marketing. This is what some of the companies did anyway. The marketing. So BeatStars is a very known platform that people use. They go to BeatStars, put all their beats up there, and you got 1 million beat makers and artists on there. Guess what? Now you're in a big old sea where people just fishing. Can I get the next big hit? They fishing. Do they get it? Yes or no? But then the thing is, in order to get most of this stuff, and this is just my thought, I could be wrong. These companies still be looking like, and don't you think they look and see who getting the most streams or the clicks? And they figuring like, hey, we could do something with that guy. Pay attention when y'all start looking at some of these big name artists, the young people that's coming up. See who they signed to. Yes, I said it. See who they are signed to. Because then you'll notice like, it's still an industry out here for the music. Meaning for those who provide their own stuff and want to go to this company, and this company's going to back them and give them a check, they sell whatever they sell. And they have that right. That's another thing. The artists have a right to say, I will go sign with this company. Capitol, Sony, whoever they go sign with. They could go sign with that company because that's their right. We as artists, we can't say, oh, they sold out. They did what it was in their best interest. You know, and we will fight over that. Why we gonna fight over somebody else's decision to do what they want to do with their music? Their craft. We as artists, we can't do that. I know I don't. I look at it like, hey, for those who take their time, are they independent? They independent. You find out they not. And who has that right? That artist has the right to sign with whoever. So if you want to be independent and think you can do better numbers, be independent and do better numbers. Because we gonna sit out, we'll argue about this all day, like who doing what. Y'all could look at me, Mr. Madhouse Pro. Who am I? Nobody to y'all, but to me in my heart, I'm huge. And that's all that counts at the end of the day. That artist who believe in themselves, let them be. You know, but don't hate on them when you see them in the limelight and you figure like you got better music, but they decide to sign a deal. Do better. Or build your own lane. Music is universal. If it's hot, it's hot. Back in the day when we had mixtapes, cassette tapes, when we did it that way, out the trunk. Master P, No Limit, and Cash Money, I think they was the last of the last to get the record deals. I think they, I forgot who Cash Money went with. I know Master P and them, I think he went with Priority Records. Them was the last of the last, I think. But you got to look at how things evolve. Where are you at now today? Where you go be? How you go get there? Is it worth it? Back then, you know how people used to sell out their trunk, stay in the studio. They lived this. Some people live this homeless, trying to make a deal. Neo was another thing. He went to the record company out there in front. I think I heard the story where he was just singing and they finally gave him a deal. All this stuff. People do different things at their own will. But anyway, I could go on and on all day. I'm just here just showing you. I just came to show you a quick little tutorial on the changing of things. But anyway, so enough about that rant. If this video get any head, it was just showing you how to format MIDI into wave format. That's what I was doing, and it evolves with the time. How recording has changed, music production, and how it goes hand in hand with today's industry. Just be mindful. So with the changes that go on, as I take this file and I change this file from a MIDI and I freeze it and make it to an audio wave file, as y'all see right here, that's the file. That's all I got, y'all. Just be prepared for the change. Look for it. Know your equipment. Read up on this stuff, man. They give you classes. They give you PDFs that teach you how to read it and understand the program that they created for you to make your music production. So, this is Mr. Madhouse Pro. I took about going on 20 minutes of your time. Maybe somebody will hit me up and be like, hey, Troy, you want to come speak? Which I don't think they would. But, hey, this is Mr. Madhouse Pro. Hey, be mindful. People could give you game for free on these videos. If you watch it long enough, you could gather something from each video and use it to your ability and your advantage. You know, sign a deal, but read your deal. Get you a lawyer before you sign that deal. Read it yourself and understand. Pull out your dictionary for those. Ask questions. Get it in writing. And aim to be successful. The thing is to get music out to the masses or to get a following of people that share your ideas. Your content. Your content is important. Some of us take it serious. Some just, it could be a pop for the situation, meaning, oh, it's just fun for the kids to listen to. But speak your truth through your music. And don't let nobody censor your music. Eminem dope. I like him because some people want to censor his music because his idea is so ingenious that it hurts. The truth hurts. And when people bring out the truth, people tend to be like, censor him or her, and she can't tell that. And what? They can say what they want to say. So when they're independently, like an artist, and they want to say what they want to say, and if they're popular, I like Muse. People sleep on Muse. That's a band. And when you get what they're talking about, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See, it's a whole different story. Because they want to control your narrative. Be independent. Lease yourself out to your own company or another company if you want to get a different point out in the cross. You know, but some people, they give their hearts and their lives to this music, and that's all they had. And then when somebody want to censor their music, think about it. You take their everything from them if you got them in a chokehold. But be you, be original. Keep doing what you're doing. Madhouse Pro, and I'm out. Peace.